Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our Christmas service. Tonight we're lighting this candle for our little baby girl, Caoimhe Walsh. Hope you enjoy the service tonight, and thanks everybody for joining us.
Hello, and welcome to Feileacain's annual Christmas Remembrance service coming from the SMA Church here in Wilton in Cork. My name is Kevin Cullinan, the father of baby Julia, and while once again we find ourselves in one of the most challenging years and we can't gather in person, we're delighted to welcome you to this virtual celebration of our babies in the company of other bereaved families online. The death of a loved one is always a cause for mourning. However, when a baby dies, there's a sadness that goes beyond normal grief. Anyone who has experienced the loss of their child also knows the loss of hope and joy and the need to find courage each and every day. Feileacain was formed in 2009 and since then has gone from strength to strength, supporting families like us, bereaved through stillbirth and neonatal death, this most misunderstood of all losses. And their aim is to support anyone affected by the loss of their baby and to promote research into why so many babies pass away each year. I sincerely hope that you'll find this Christmas service of remembrance meaningful. And even though there is great sadness in grieving at Christmas for our children, may we remember them with pride and with love, and rejoice in the knowledge that we were able to know them, if only for a very brief time. The first part of our remembrance service today is to light the Feileacain candle. This beautiful handcrafted candle was created to specifically honour the long ago bereaved, those families whose babies died many years ago and who are so close to the heart of Feileacain. Our first section in this remembrance service is to honour the babies who died in the spring months of February, March and April, followed by the spring candle procession.
Your little hands, so soft and still, I held them in my own, whilst wishing we had more than just a handprint coming home. I studied every nail and line and every inch of you, and cried for all the things your little hands could never do. I'd never get to clean your hands, there'd be no messy play. I'd never see your fingers point to things you tried to say. I'd never hear the sound they'd make while splashing in the bath, or how they'd cover up your lips while trying not to laugh. I wish so much I could have taught you how to write your name or watch your little hands outstretched to play a catching game. Your little hands would never feel a scrape or gain a scar, nor would they play an instrument or learn to drive a car. Your little hands, my little hands, forever left unchanging. No exploring, falling, climbing, drawing, and no aging. My only wish for you and I is that we had more time, because I could have spent forever with your little hands in mine.
As Ciara Hayes sings Somewhere, we honour those babies who died in the summer months of May, June and July, followed by the summer candle procession.
There's a place for us, somewhere a place for us.
Precious little one. Oh, precious, tiny little one, you will always be to me, so perfect, pure and innocent, just as you were meant to be. We dreamed of you and your life and all that it would be. We waited and longed for you to come and join our family. We never had the chance to play, to laugh, to rock, to wiggle. We long to hold you, touch you now, and listen to you giggle. I'll always be your mother, he'll always be your dad. You will always be our child, the child that we had. But now you're gone, but yet you're here. We sense you everywhere. You are our sorrow and our joy. There's love in every tear. Just know our love goes deep and strong. We'll forget you never. The child we had, but never had, and yet will have forever.
There's a place for us, a time and place for us. Hold my hand and we're halfway there. Hold my hand and I'll take you there. Somehow, someday, somewhere.
We now remember and honour those babies died in the autumn months of August, September and October, followed by the autumn candle procession.
My little sister. I have a little sister who no one else can see. My sister lives high up in the sky and watches over me. I know that she is always there in lots of different ways. Once when I played at the beach, she chased me in the waves. I write her letters on balloons and watch them float up high. I know she reads them. She responds with a rainbow in the sky. Sometimes she will make it rain so I can jump in puddles, and she left behind a teddy bear who gives me special cuddles. She likes to run beside me. I can feel her in the breeze. She's good at climbing sunbeams and I'm good at climbing trees. My sister is good at counting games. We count the stars at night. When I say numbers 1, 2, 3, she'll make sure they shine bright. When daytime ends and bedtime comes, she'll sing good dreams to me. I love my sister and I know she loves me.
as Kira sings Over the Rainbow, we honour those babies who died in the winter months of November, December and January, followed by the winter candle procession.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a
The Gift of Loving You, after Evelyn. On Christmas Eve, the night was cold, stars twinkled in the blue, but Santa Claus had one more important stop left to do. He aimed his reindeer to the sky and journeyed on his sleigh, and landed on a special cloud where all the babies play. To each of them he gave a box, each taken with a grin, and what they found inside was love filled right up to the brim. Mummy's kisses, Daddy's tickles flew out with one touch, the perfect gift for babies who are loved so very much. And clouds form into cuddles, embracing them so tightly, whilst from the ground parental eyes watched stars that twinkled so very brightly. Then Santa with a smile announced it's time for me to go, but let me tell you something that I think you all should know. For all of those who miss you, I know this to be true. You've given them the greatest gift, the gift of loving you.
birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh, why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I?
We will now light a candle for the siblings of the babies we are remembering today, the forgotten grievers, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins and friends, our knitters, our volunteers, and in this second COVID year, we acknowledge and we applaud all those frontline medical care staff.
When I'm with you, it's all right. I know it's right. To you, I'll give the world. To you, I'll never be cold. 'Cause I feel that when I'm with you, it's all right. I know it's right. And the songbirds are singing.
We remember those babies who have died since our service last Christmas.
And I love you, I love you, I love you like never before.
Parents whose only children live in their hearts.
Love in the world.
Parents who have lost more than one child.
I wish it from myself.
Rainbow babies, babies born after the loss of a sibling.
Birds keep singing like they know the
Siblings of our butterfly
score.
babies.
And I love you, I love you, I love you like never before.
And we remember all
Like
who live in our
never
hearts,
before.
now and always.
Like never before.
Finally, all that remains for me is to wish you and yours a very happy and peaceful Christmas.
When we started out on the journey with Feileacain, little did we know how much our service was needed. At this Christmas time, we would like to say thank you to everybody who has supported and helped us in every way over the last number of years. Most importantly of all, we would like to thank everybody who helps us to do what we do. We would like to thank all our volunteers, however they may help us, whether that's our knitters who knit our beautiful blankets for our memory boxes, our office staff, people who make the memory boxes for us, and each memory box is made with love. We would like to thank everyone who kept the show on the road over the last number of years during COVID. It has been the most difficult time for everybody, and without you all, we wouldn't have been able to continue doing what we do. And we would also like to thank all our parents. The parents are the reason that we are here in Feileacain, and we would just like to thank you for everything you do for us, in supporting us, in fundraising for us, and in helping us in any way. We hope that you have a peaceful Christmas. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today in our virtual service of remembrance and love to mark the Christmas period. We had hoped that by now we would have been able to once more join together in person, to see our candles burn together, to hear the names of our babies listed as the community they are. Unfortunately, this year and this time is not that time, but we continue to remember all of our babies regardless of distance or time. Christmas is such a time for families centred around children. Whether this is your first or your 21st Christmas without your baby in your arms, we understand the pain of the missing person gathered around the tree. We understand the pain and the longing and the should-have-beens. Sometimes we know it can feel so lonely as we see the world spin on without them, and we wonder and fear, are they being forgotten? We are putting this together today to assure you that they are never forgotten. They live forever within all of our hearts, loved eternally, missed eternally, celebrated and remembered always. This Christmas, as ever, do whatever it takes to mind your hearts. Feel free to turn down the invites that feel too hard. Feel free to sign their names on the cards, or not to, whichever feels right to your hearts in this moment. From everyone at Feileacain, we wish you a peaceful Christmas. We remember and celebrate your babies with you.
His law is love, and his gospel is peace. Chains shall he break, for the slave is our brother, and in his name all oppression shall cease. Sweet hymns of joy in grateful chorus raise we, let all within us praise his holy name. Fall on your knees, oh hear the angel voices, oh night divine, oh night when Christ was born, oh night divine.
Looking from a window above, it's like a story of love. Can you hear me? Came back only yesterday, I'm moving further away. Want you near me? All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever knew, only you. Sometimes when I think of her name, when it's only a game, and I need you, listen to the words that you say, it's getting harder to stay. When I see you, all I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever knew, only you. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever knew, only you. This is gonna take a long time, and I wonder what's mine. Can't take no more. Wonder if you'll understand. It's just a touch of your hand behind a closed door. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever knew, only you. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day, and all I ever knew, only you. When the rain is blowing in your face, and the whole world is on your case, I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When the evening shadows and the stars appear, and there is no one there to dry your tears, I could hold you for a million years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I would never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. The storms are raging on the rolling sea, and on the highway of regret. The winds of change are blowing wild and free. You ain't seen nothing like me yet. I could make you happy, make your dreams come true. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do. Go to the ends of the earth for you, to make you feel my love, to make you feel my love.
All my little plans and schemes, lost like some forgotten dreams. Seems like all I really was doing was waiting for you. Just like little girls and boys, playing with their little toys. Seems like all we really were doing was waiting for love. Don't need to be alone. Don't need to be alone. It's real love, it's real. It's real love, it's real love. It's real love, it's real. It's real love, it's real. It's real love, it's real. It's real love, it's real love. Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strings. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Somewhere